Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on it.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Bengals are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow. That is caught at the 7.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but He's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
The Steelers at 8-1 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And that's Elliott, complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
They go play action with Lawrence.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Flow.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here in 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Lawrence. There's Chris Olave.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the...
On 1st down, Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Darius Slayton, 28 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw caught by Olave. Finding space at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He completes it to Olave. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Hey, box up, box up.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Hey, Charlie!
Now Lawrence. Olave holds it in. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
1-1, ready?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they go play action now. Burrow, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has a
under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable here from the 38. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
Hey, jump it.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Go, go.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests.
Now it's 3rd and goal. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Olave from 3 yards out. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. Now it's Burrow. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Here we go.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hey, Haywood! Hey, Mike 7! Bravo!
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Oh, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken a fourth quarter lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Rashawn Gary has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Hey, box up.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. That's over the middle and caught by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On the ball.
Hands it off out of the gun. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. Got a man, Slayton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 11 yards there, just like last play. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On first down, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To try again after the sack. Lawrence. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 34.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Here's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. And just a yard to go here on second down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Lawrence. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
and 1, right?
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Pittsburgh, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week.